Grasp it firmly, but in a relaxed fashion. Drop your shoulders and remember to breathe, and your movements will be much more flowing and much more successful. You'll be a much better quilter.
So maybe we need to do yoga quilting.
That would be a good idea.
There we go.
Okay, we're going to start at the spine, and we're starting at the spine simply because it's a whole lot easier to hide your starts and stops in the spine than it is to hide them up at the top. We're going to take just a couple of anchoring stitches. We're going to come out at a graceful curve, pop up, pop over the top, move into our next feather, curve back down to the spine. Come back out, up, over, curve back in.
Now question, Kim, where you've gone back over, like right in there, it isn't always perfect?
No, it's not. If it were perfect, it would be because you have a computer chip installed in your head. You are going to miss your backtracks, and you're going to miss your backtracks a lot. Now, some people feel more comfortable doing feathers on top of the spine. Other people feel more comfortable doing them on the bottom of the spine. Learn in the way that you feel most comfortable. But remember, you have to learn feathers upside down, right side up, off to the side, and back off to the other side.
Right.
Okay, we'll do 2 more on the bottom. Down, back, curve back up to the spine.
It's a matter of getting that rhythm, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And it's also a matter of giving yourself permission to make some mistakes when you're first learning. Now that we've done them on the top and we've done them on the bottom, let's do them together.
Okay.
Same thing, you're going to come out, pop up over the top, curve back down.
And now you have to make the transition in your mind to doing it, flipping it in your mind.
Absolutely. Pop right back down to the bottom. Now you've done 2 top, 2 bottom, back up to the top, back down to the bottom. Do 2 more on the bottom, pop over that back track, back into the spine.
Very pretty.
They do look really cool.
They do.
don't
They look really nice. Yep.
Would you like to give it a try?
Could I?
You can.
I'd love
Let me get
to.
you set up.
Anytime you get to play with the toys, it's a good thing.
It's fun. I'll get you started, so all you have to do is make feathers.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. So when I start, I'm just hitting the start?
Yep, you're hitting the start button. I've already got it set up. My normal speed is 12 stitches per inch. Sometimes when you're using a specialty metallic thread or a variegated thread, you might want to lower those stitches per inch just to allow the longer stitches to show off your thread a little
Okay,
bit more.
yes. But you'd be able to see that as soon as you started quilting. You need to do the, whoops, mine's a little big.
That's okay.
And then where do I go from here? There.
Curving back down. Remember to curve in.
Yep. And now from here, I go down
Out.
here. Repeat that. Now maybe I can...
Backtrack and curve into the next feather. Now pop back up to the top. Curve out, up and over.
Backtrack, then go like
Curve
this.
back
It's
down.
all the rhythm thing.
Yeah. You're doing really good.
Getting there.
Pop back into the next one.
And now we're in the
curve back
center.
into the spine. There we go.
That was fun. I didn't do so bad for a first time.
That's right, and you didn't even cry, so you're good to go.
No crying with quilting.
No crying. There is no crying in baseball or quilting. Now let me show you a couple things that when you're first getting started, you really want to focus on working on. I'm going to switch places with you.
Okay.
And this is a really common mistake for new quilters. You came out and you turned north instead of curving north. And what ends up happening is all of your feathers look like little buildings in a row. You came out, you went straight up. Yep. So what you want to focus on is curving up and over and curving back down. Curve out of the spine and come back into the spine at the same angle. Does that make sense?
It does.
Perfect. Now that we've learned how to do them on the top and the bottom, we'll move right over here, and I'm going to show you how to do them with no spine.
No spine. Whoa.
Spineless
Racy.
feathers. We will do spine-free feathering.
And when would you use the spine-free feathering?
Perhaps if you were using a thicker thread that you would get a whole lot of buildup at the spine.
Okay.
You don't want real spiny looking feathers. You want pretty feathers that aren't too heavily stitched in the spine. Okay, I'm going to do a couple of locking stitches to get me started. The technique is exactly the same as what we just did. We're simply adding another trick to our bag of tricks.
All right.
Okay, we're going to come up, over,
Same
back
thing as
down,
before.
backtrack a little bit further. Come down, and back. Backtrack that spine. So
so you are stitching the spine. Okay.
you're forming the spine as you backtrack that feather. Okay, we're just coming down and around, back into that spine, backtracking along, up, over, whoops, missed that backtrack.
That one was perfect.
There we go. And you can just really keep cruising along without even stopping.
Now, Kim, what do you do when you want to stop?
You always stop at the spine.
Oh.
You can hide your starts and stops in the spine. You can't hide them at the top of the feather, especially if you've come up and over that feather. If you stop there and you go back to try and hit that backtrack,
No
good
way.
luck. Now, the one thing that you're really going to like about being able to do these feathers is if you can stitch them out to look like this, you can flawlessly execute stencil designs on your quilts.
Really?
Something that machine quilters have always struggled with is extensively marking a quilt and then doing traditional long arm feathers. And with a traditional feather, you backtrack this long edge, not the top. It gives you really pretty feathers, but they look markedly different from a stencil. And that can be really frustrating if you want your quilt to have stencil feathers on it. You stitch out your feathers using this technique and you get feathers that look exactly the way that they looked on your stencil.
Thank you, Kim.
You're welcome.
Now, I want to do that. When Quilt It comes back, Kim will have more for us about feathers. This is great. I can't believe I could really...
We are the Handi Quilter Studio educators, and we want you to know why we love our Handi Quilter quilting machines.
Handi Quilter quilting machines are innovative. Check out the color touch screens, 2 kinds of stitch regulation, and computer-guided quilting.
Handi Quilter quilting machines are intuitive and easy to use, and they come in a size that fits your quilting style.
Handi Quilter offers training, service, and ongoing education. We care about your quilting experience.
Handi Quilter quilting machines are designed by a quilter for quilters. We'll be at a quilt shop near you or a show. Come give one a test drive. To learn more, call or click for a free demo DVD or
Follow the truck to Handi Quilter.
You should choose the best thread for your quilt because you're making an heirloom that will last for years. YLI makes thread for every need. Choose YLI's Long Arm Pro Thread and YLI Machine Quilting Thread for your long arm quilting projects. Both are 40 weight and come in gorgeous solid and variegated colors. For a different look, try YLI Fine Metallic or YLI Silk 100 Thread in solid or variegated colors.